Hello, everyone. Welcome to Eng Loa, the channel where we turn everyday moments into English learning. I'm Flora.
And I'm Michael. Thanks for joining us today.
Let me start with a quick question for you, Michael. If you had to describe your mood this morning in just one word, what would it be?
One word? I'd say excited. Excited because I know today's topic is something everyone can relate to. Feelings.
Exactly. We all have feelings every single day. Happy, tired, nervous, proud, and learning to talk about them in English is one of the most powerful tools you can have as a learner.
Right. Because when you can explain how you feel, you connect with people. You build friendships. You understand each other better.
And that's what today's lesson is all about, giving you the vocabulary, the expressions, and the confidence to share your emotions in English.
Let's start with a big why. Why is it important to talk about feelings?
I'll tell you one reason. When you put your emotions into words, it's like opening a window. You let fresh air in. It helps your mental health.
Exactly. If I say, I feel nervous about my presentation, it's lighter than just keeping it inside.
And when you share your feelings, people understand you better. If you say, I'm really tired today, your friend knows not to push you too hard.
Or if you say, I'm happy, people share that happiness with you. It makes relationships stronger.
So today, we'll walk you through some of the most useful words and phrases for feelings. But more importantly, we'll show you how to use them in real conversations.
Let's begin with some of the most common emotions. These are words you'll hear every day.
The first one is happy. When you smile, when something good happens, you're happy. For example, I feel happy when I drink coffee in the morning.
And the opposite is sad, when things don't go the way you hoped. I feel sad when it rains all weekend.
Another very common one is angry. This is when you're upset or annoyed. Maybe you missed the bus and now you're late. You might say, I'm angry because the bus left without me.
Then we have tired. We all know this one, when your body or mind needs rest. After a long day at work, I feel tired.
Let's add excited. This is a positive emotion when you're looking forward to something. I'm excited about the party tonight.
And the opposite of excited could be nervous. For example, I feel nervous before an important exam.
Another useful one is scared, when you feel afraid. I felt scared walking alone in the dark.
That's a really solid starter list. Happy, sad, angry, tired, excited, nervous, scared.
Quick reminder, you can say, I feel happy or I am happy. Both are correct. Don't worry too much about the difference right now.
Now, let's add some words to make your emotions more precise.
First, frustrated. That's when you try to do something, but it's just not working. For example, I felt frustrated because the computer kept freezing.
Another good one is overwhelmed. This means you have too many things to do or too many feelings at the same time. I was overwhelmed with homework last night.
Then we have anxious. It's a bit stronger than nervous. It's when you worry a lot about something that hasn't happened yet. I'm anxious about my job interview tomorrow.
On the positive side, there's proud. You feel proud when you or someone you care about achieves something. I'm proud of finishing my project.
A more difficult one is lonely. This is when you feel alone and wish you had company. I felt lonely after moving to a new city.
Another positive one, confident. when you believe in yourself. I feel confident about my English exam.
And finally, disappointed. When something doesn't turn out the way you wanted. I was disappointed when the concert was canceled.
These words help you add more color to your sentences. Instead of just saying, I'm sad, you can say, I'm disappointed or I'm lonely. Much more specific.
Exactly. And later on in this episode, we'll even talk about idioms, fun English expressions that describe feelings in creative ways.
Can't wait.
Michael, sometimes saying I'm sad or I'm happy isn't enough, right? Because feelings can be stronger or weaker.
Exactly. And that's where little words like a bit, very, or extremely become super useful.
For example, I'm a bit tired means you're just slightly tired. But I'm extremely tired means you're completely exhausted.
Same with happy. You can say, I'm really happy for something small like eating ice cream, or I'm absolutely delighted for something big like getting your dream job.
Here's a fun one. Devastated. It means very, very sad. I was devastated when my team lost the final match.
So you can imagine a scale, a bit sad at the bottom, sad in the middle, and devastated at the top.
That's a great mental picture. It helps learners move from basic words to richer ones step by step.
Okay, Flora. Now it's time for one of my favorite parts. Idioms. These are expressions that don't mean exactly what the words say, but they make English sound supernatural.
Oh, yes. Idioms about feelings are everywhere. Let's start with a happy one. I'm on cloud nine. It means you're extremely happy. When I got accepted to university, I was on cloud nine.
Another one. I'm feeling blue. It means you're sad. After my friend moved away, I felt really blue.
A classic one is butterflies in my stomach. It doesn't mean you actually have butterflies inside you. It means you're nervous. Before giving a speech, I always get butterflies in my stomach.
Here's a strong one. It broke my heart. This means something made you very, very sad. When the show was canceled, it broke my heart.
And let's not forget walking on eggshells. This means being extra careful not to upset someone. When my boss is in a bad mood, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells.
These idioms are fun to learn and make conversations sound more natural, but learners should practice them slowly, one at a time.
So far, we've talked about how to express your own feelings, but another big part of conversation is asking others how they feel.
True. The basic way is, how are you? But often people just answer with, I'm fine.
Right. If you want to go deeper, you can ask, how are you really feeling? That shows genuine interest.
Another good one is something on your mind? You use this if someone looks worried or distracted.
And if someone looks sad, you could gently ask, do you want to talk about it? That opens the door but doesn't force them.
Exactly. And when they do share, it's important to respond with empathy. For example, that must be really hard, or I understand how you feel.
Another powerful one is, I'm here for you. It's short but very comforting.
And let's not forget, thanks for sharing that with me, because sharing feelings takes courage.
These little responses can make a big difference in relationships, and they're simple enough for learners to use right away. Michael, I think it would help if we talk about feelings in real-life situations. It makes the words easier to remember.
Great idea. Let's start with a common one. Work.
How do you usually feel at work?
Honestly, it depends. Sometimes I feel motivated when I'm starting a new project, but other times I feel overwhelmed if there's too much to do.
Same here. I sometimes feel frustrated when technology doesn't work, like when the Wi-Fi suddenly cuts off.
Oh, yes, that's the worst. And after a long day, I usually feel exhausted. That's stronger than just tired.
Right. And on the flip side, when a project goes well, I feel proud. That feeling makes all the hard work worth it.
So, work can make us feel motivated, overwhelmed, frustrated, exhausted, or proud. All useful vocabulary.
What about at home, Flora?
At home, I often feel relaxed, like when I sit on the sofa with a cup of tea and a book.
That sounds nice. For me, I feel content when I cook dinner and everything turns out just right.
Oh, that's a lovely word. Content. It means calm happiness. Not too big, just peaceful.
Exactly. But sometimes at home, I also feel bored. Like when it's raining all weekend and there's nothing to do.
Yes, boredom happens. On the other hand, I sometimes feel grateful at home. For example, when I have dinner with family.
That's a strong and positive feeling. Grateful means thankful, appreciating what you have.
Right. So at home, we can feel relaxed, content, bored, or grateful. Everyday but powerful emotions.
Now, let's talk about social feelings. What about meeting new people?
Oh, good one. I sometimes feel shy at first. It takes me a little while to open up.
Same here. But when the conversation flows, I start to feel confident.
That's a great example of how feelings can change quickly, from shy to confident.
And sometimes, if you don't know what to say, you might feel awkward, like when there's silence and everyone just looks at each other.
Yes, awkward moments. But when you make new friends, you can feel excited or even joyful.
Social situations are full of emotions: shy, confident, awkward, excited, joyful.
Michael, I think it's also important to talk about culture. Not everyone expresses feelings the same way.
Oh, absolutely. In some cultures, people share their emotions openly. In others, they keep things more private.
Right. For example, in some English-speaking cultures, it's normal to say, I'm stressed or I'm happy in daily conversation.
But in other cultures, people might avoid talking about feelings directly. Instead, they might show it through actions.
Yes, so when learning English, it's not just about words. It's also about understanding when and how to use them.
Exactly. Like saying, I'm nervous before a presentation is normal in English. It doesn't mean you're weak, it just means you're human.
That's such an important point. Learning the language is also learning the culture that goes with it.
Let's give our listeners some tips to practice feelings vocabulary in daily life.
Okay. Number 1. Use social media. Try writing one short post in English each day about how you feel. Like, feeling proud today. I finished my project.
Love that. Number 2, talk to yourself. It sounds funny, but describing your mood out loud helps. I'm a bit tired, but I'm also excited for dinner.
Great. And number 3, watch movies or shows And notice how characters talk about emotions. Write down 1 or 2 new phrases.
Yes, that's powerful because you see the words in real situations.
Michael, let's finish with a little challenge for our learners.
Ooh, I like this already. What's the challenge?
Imagine your day as a story. Use 3 feelings words to describe it in English. For example, this morning I was tired, in the afternoon I felt proud, and now I'm relaxed.
That's fun. And to make it even better, learners can share their 3 feelings of the day in the comments.
Exactly. It's short, simple, and really helps build vocabulary.
And of course, keep a feelings journal. Even just 1 sentence a day makes a big difference.
So, listeners, that's your homework. 3 feelings of the day. Post them below, and we'll check them out.
Love it. And remember, at Anglo Up, we believe learning English is about more than grammar. It's about expressing yourself and connecting with others.
Well said. Until next time, keep glowing up your English. Goodbye, everyone.